Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Spider-Geddon issue number 3. Alright, got some strong feelings about this one, but first, I do believe we should be talking about who actually made this book, so let's get started with that, shall we? Alright, so Spider-Geddon. The writer is Christos Gage. The pencilers are Carlo Barberi and Todd Nauck. The inkers are also Todd Nauck and Jose Marzan Jr. Colors, David Curiel. Letterer, VC's Travis Lanham. Cover artist, Jorge Molina. And, oh god, a lot of variant cover artists. But here we go. Mike Hawthorne and Jordi Belair. Elizabeth Torque. Inhyuk Lee did the connecting one. And, yeah, okay. Anyway, Stan Lee and Steve Ditko created Spider-Man. Man, I really do wish that as far as the letters were concerned for saying who everybody was, the cool fonts and all that, they're cute, but I'd actually like to be able to read them. when a U is hard to decipher from an N and all these different things, like it's O and D, all right? No, come on, slow down with that. Anyway, as far as the book itself is concerned, this Leopardon, I know that this character was used in the previous Spider-Verse comic, but I skimmed through the Spider-Verse because I just didn't have a lot of interest in it, especially so close after the Spider Island stuff. I mean, there was just way too much Spider stuff going on. But this Leopardon is actually kind of funny, and I'm presuming he's completely based off of that Indian version. Actually, was it Indian? No, I think it was the Japanese version. There we go, the Japanese version. If it was the Indian version, there'd be mass choreography in the streets, and that would probably make it even more entertaining still. But this Leopardon is actually kind of cool. This is cool. Sword Vigor is probably my favorite term this week, all right? Last week it was standard issue, and this week, go see my review for Witch's Bad Egg Halloween special for that one. But this week, it's got to be Sword Vigor. This was actually kind of freaking funny. So anyway, there's two teams, and I didn't realize they were actually going to be separating into different sects to go and take care of these inheritors. I thought that they were actually just going to, okay, well, here's the plan. You go do this, we'll go do that, and these guys do that. I thought that was going to be the plan. No, instead it was like, oh, no, we refuse to work with you because you suck. I didn't really get that from the previous issue. I mean, I guess in retrospect, yes, but it seemed more like we've got two different missions here. That's what it seemed like to me, as opposed to them both, oh yeah, we've got the exact same goals, just you guys want to kill and we don't. These are the inheritors, man. These are the inheritors. Like, they've killed, all these guys have killed inheritors before. The problem is they came back with their cloning tech, but they've killed them before multiple times. So I don't see why this is an issue. I really, just for the life of me, don't see why this is an issue. I'm also curious why in this issue, Miles Morales got his face sucked. Like, one of the inheritors were sucking his face. And I don't mean like, the sexy times sort. No, I'm talking about like he was actually eating him. And that probably doesn't sound any better. You know what I mean, all right? Now, some of these other guys in like issue 1, the Captain Britain version of Spider-Man and the Spider-Man Noir, they got eaten, like they got touched barely. Here's several panels of Miles's face being held in a firm grip by the inheritors, and you actually see the energy coming out of his face and into them. His colors changing and everything. And I mean, this is several panels of this, and yet somehow he's still okay. I'm not saying I want Miles to go. Yo, keep Miles around. I likes me some Miles. Plus, they just announced recently that there's going to be a new Miles Morales comic book coming out pretty soon, and it's also going to be called Spider-Man. So I guess the idea of changing his name is pretty much just right out the door, right? I guess that's fine. If they can't come up with anything better, so be it. But, no, this is, yeah, that was just weird. I'm pretty sure that just really quick, oh, you've been touched, that's it, you're dead. Like, that's the precedent that they set in the previous 2 issues. I like that Ben Reilly is here. I'm pretty sure that the whole Dr. Octopus getting annoyed that he was here or pissed off that he was here is a little weird for me, because I'm pretty sure I remember Doc Ock talking to Kane in the previous issue talking about, hey, so you think that you know, you can get Ben Parker? What about Ben Reilly? What about him? You think that Ben Reilly will show up? And it was Kane who was like, yeah, I'm not so sure, man. There's a lot to be said about that guy right now. So in this issue, he's like, what? How dare you show up here? The die is cast. Like, dude, stop casting your die. All right, relax. This, I don't know. Still, all of that being considered, since Peter David is finished writing for Ben Reilly, I wouldn't be particularly upset if Christos Gage were to start writing for Ben Reilly, because this was actually pretty good. I liked his representation here. I liked that. Also, there's a plan in here. There's a couple plans, and there's the backup and all that stuff, and they're trying to resurrect Solus, this main dude, Soulless. There's something interesting that happens here towards the end, besides the fact that they all team up. Oh, there we go. The Norman Osborn version and the Spider's Man. Spider's Man is freaking hysterical in a really creepy way. Like, if anybody's seen Con Air with Nick Cage, Buscemi's role in that was very similar, very akin in my imagination to this. But what do you call it? They're both talking like, you know, we can actually seal off this dimension, and the inheritors would be stuck in this dimension, as opposed to coming to all the other dimensions that exist. Yes, it seems kind of evil, but at the same time, if these guys were really so unstoppable, you might have to look at it as collateral damage. I know maybe I'm not much of a hero in that regard. It'd be better if I just threw myself into the fray and threw caution to the wind and just, we must be civil, cannot kill, cannot let people be killed, cannot do anything that wouldn't be really great for sales. But in reality, no, that's actually the best plan they've had so far. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously it's not going to happen. Then again, I don't know, could be surprised. But I just don't feel like I'm going to be surprised by this particular run. This is not a great series, guys. It's just not. I mean, there's a bunch that happens, but again, there's too many Spider-Mans, too many Spider-Men, Spider characters. Who cares, all right? There's too many of them, and it's hard to actually pay attention to them all and give them all their due credence. It's like some of them will get an issue, some of them will get a quick little story origin, how these guys came into being, and then that's it. It's just, it doesn't feel like there's any real stakes here. It doesn't feel like there's anything special. Just a whole lot of action and people yelling at each other and, no, I'm the real Spider-Man. No, I'm the real Spider-Man. Meanwhile, the real Spider-Man isn't anywhere to be found. This was okay. This was really, really okay. There were some good parts in here. Like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing Christos Gage writing for just Ben Reilly, a solo Ben Reilly story. I'd be down with that, absolutely. But as far as this book with too many spiders, I've never found these to be particularly interesting. That's not a discredit to anybody. Not to Christos Gage, not to Dan Slott, not to anybody. It's just I find them to be too overwhelmingly underwhelming. Get it? Too many spider characters, not enough actual story. Anyway, guys, that's it. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.